Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday night series at the 1905, the MachadoMijiga Quotient on stage right now, bringing you some tunes. It is such a pleasure to be here. This is going to be the last stream of the year of 2020, and it's been really crazy. And we're so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Thank you for all the streams you've watched. If you watched some ones before, or if you're new to the stream, welcome. The way this works is that these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone. So if you could find it in your hearts and in your wallets to throw a couple dollars into one of the digital tip jars, that is literally how we are surviving at this crazy time. But we also want to give something back to you. So if you put in 20 bucks or more into one of the digital tip jars, you are entered in for a chance to win a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. That is a lot of delicious pizza that you can come and use at their patio that is open 7 days a week, 4 p.m. onwards on weekdays, 11 a.m. onwards on weekends. MachadoMijiga, how you doing?
Doing great. It's been months since I've played a gig of any variety, so it's a fun opportunity to be here. I'm appreciative of the 1905 and of Aaron Barnes for giving us this space to create some music.
Absolutely.
I'm appreciative of my ensemble, which I'll go ahead and introduce. I'm going to do this a lot, just because some of you might be tuning in whenever you're tuning in. So you're listening to the amazing Damien Erskine on bass. That is Jack Radsliff on guitar and Bryn Roberts on piano. They're all amazing. I shouldn't have prefaced Damien with amazing. They're all amazing. This ensemble this is the first time this group has actually played together in this configuration. I've played with all these gentlemen in different configurations, but never as one. And that's sort of what MMQ, the MachadoMijiga Quotient, is all about. Sort of combining elements of pre-existing bands that I play in and creating and synthesizing something new. So the whole purpose of this set is basically just to play songs that I feel like have the qualities of a jazz standard, even if they're original new music. So we started with a tune of mine called Heimdall's Creek, which I guess is just kind of the most tuney tune I've written. It's just something that I've played with pretty much every band that I've been in, and it was one of the first compositions I ever wrote, so you can kind of hear early influences in there. But we're going to continue with a bunch of music that I didn't write from many of my fellow musicians, composers, and I'm really excited. The next piece we're going to play is actually by my roommate, Stefan Jarocki, incredible bassist, play with him all the time, really awesome. And he's also a really talented composer. So we'll be playing one of his tunes. This one's called Strive. Hope you enjoy.
Awesome. And a quick reminder to hit that share button if you dig the tunes. It really helps the stream, helps with visibility, helps all these musicians get their music out there. So smash that share button, tag someone you dig in the comments, send that link around. And now, more music from the MachadoMijiga Quotient.
right. Any of you who just tuned in, this is the MachadoMijiga Quotient. Listening to Damien Erskine on bass, Jack Radsliff on guitar, Bryn Roberts on piano. That composition that we just played was written by Stefan Jiraki, a good friend of mine, entitled Strive. What you're going to be hearing all tonight is just all original music that I feel has this infectiousness that makes it sound almost like it's a standard, because that's really how all jazz standards were conceived. They're just something that somebody thought sounded really great, maybe melodically or harmonically or rhythmically, and it just stuck. So we're going to be playing pieces like that. The next tune that we're going to do is written by another friend of mine named Ben Tweet. Ben Tweet's a great pianist based out of Cincinnati, Ohio right now. I met him at the Jazz Education Network conference maybe 8 years ago. And he's just a really prolific composer, pianist, educator. And it's cool to play one of his songs. A lot of his songs are incredibly complex and difficult. So we're actually going to, kind of in the same vein as me, play one of his earliest compositions, at least as far as I've been told. This tune's called It's Not All Black and White. So hope you like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MachadoMijiga quotient here on the Wednesday series at the 1905. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Machado and crew, for making so much beautiful jazzy tunes. This is a reminder that these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone, so if you could throw some dollars into one of the digital tip jars on screen, that would be incredible, and it is really helpful. It makes a difference. It is how we are surviving, literally, these crazy times. But also, we want to give something back to you. So if you put in $20 or more into one of the digital tip jars, that'll get you into a raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. That's a lot of delicious pizza, which you can consume on their patio that is open 7 days a week, 4 p.m. onwards on weekdays, 11 a.m. onwards on weekends, except for tomorrow. They're closed New Year's Eve, first time in 4 years, Aaron Barnes was telling me. But also, if you just need to hang out for free, we are so glad that you are here. That is totally all right. A great free way to help out the stream is to smash that share button. Tell someone that you like that might dig the tunes that this is going on. Send the links around, etc., etc. So thanks for hanging out on the last stream of 2020 from the 1905. Machado, what do we got coming up next?
Next is a song by another colleague, friend of mine. Very talented pianist by the name of Matt Sazama. Actually, one of the first people I played with when I moved back here. He's got an insane compositional output. I feel like he's got hundreds of tunes. This is the one that gets played the most, at least in my experience, just because it's very accessible and still captures his compositional style. So this tune's called Next to Nothing. Hope you enjoy it. It's a fun song. Next to Nothing, Matt Sazma. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. I guess I should probably address some of the comments. A lot of very positive words. It's great. Saying sounds great. Y'all sound great. Thanks, fellas. Someone was wondering when we were going to appear because we hadn't started the actual stream yet, and I believe Moses addressed that, so that's been taken care of. We'll try and plod along through this because I actually programmed too much music in the amount of time that we have. So the next piece is by another roommate of mine, Pablo Rivarola, also a great composer, talented trumpeter, and very, very interesting tune. It's actually probably one of my favorite tunes that I've performed that was written by someone that I know. Kind of reminds me of this song called Mitsumeru by Hiroyuki Takubo, who's like this Japanese pianist. So if you want to hear that song, translation is to seek, so I think you can also just look it up, to seek, but it sounds a little bit like that. I don't think he did it on purpose, but he is aware of the recording, so it's a fun little parallel. Anyways, we'll read that tune, and then we'll tackle some more music from more people. Once again, you're listening to Damian Erskine on bass, Jack Radsliff on guitar, Bryn Roberts on piano, and I'm MachadoMijiga. This is the MMQ, MachadoMijiga Quotient.
Yeah, the MachadoMijiga quotient here on the Wendy series at the 1905, the last stream of the year. Thank you so much for tuning in. A reminder that these musicians are working for your tips. Throw some money in a tip jar. $20 gets you into the raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. If you just need to hang out for free, that is totally cool. A great free way to help out this stream is to smash that share button. Machado, what you got coming up next?
I'm going to make a quick plug, actually, for all the members of this band. They all have music that you can buy. It's all online. Damien has a million albums that he's been on, and then a few albums as a band leader. Jack has a wonderful album called Migration Patterns. It's on Spotify. Bryn has several albums that are available in a myriad of different places. Ludlow's probably my favorite, but he had a great album with Lage Lune that it's a really cool duo album. You should definitely check it out. We're actually hopefully going to play a piece from that album later today. But definitely please participate in the purchasing of music, especially if it's available for purchase rather than for stream. It helps these people out a lot, and it really gets this great music circulating, which is what I'm hoping to do. I mean, I'm hoping that this music that I'm playing does start to become common practice and that people start to play it, or whatever music they like. I think there's a lot of music that exists within the last 50 to 60 years that maybe hasn't set the precedent that old jazz standards might have, but there's no reason that it shouldn't. And there's a lot of music that has actually kind of stuck and people play it now that's more recent than that. So that's the purpose of this concert. The next piece we're going to do is by another friend of mine, Dario Lapoma, very talented pianist. I collaborate with him a lot.
He was in the chat earlier.
He did. He said, hey. He said, excellent work, gentlemen. And I did tip him off. We're going to play one of his pieces. So hopefully he likes the way that it comes out. And if not, well, he shouldn't have told me that I could play it. So this is Happy Apple. This song was actually written, named after the Fisher-Price toy, the Happy Apple. Little apple that you shake, makes a lot of noise. It's also a band in Minnesota led by Dave King, who is an incredible musician as well. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the piece. Great. That was Happy Apple by Dario Lapoma. Very happy song indeed. Hopefully he approves of that. Now we're going to finally get to a song by a member of the band. This is probably one of my favorite tunes by Damien. He's written a lot of really cool tunes. It's very out of character to see a bassist writing a bunch of tunes, but Damien is also an out of character guy. He requested to not take any bass solos, and I'm going to force him to play at least one, just because I feel like at this point, half of his fans are watching this stream. They got to hear him wail at least once. But he's not going to wail on this one, even though it's his song. This is a really beautiful tune of his called Begin Within. It's actually on 3 separate recordings, and they're all really different. It's kind of cool to see the variation of how the song sounds, and so it really fits the theme of this concert well. Anyways, hope you enjoy. This is Begin Within by Damien.
Pretty tune. Pretty tune. Indeed. Reminder that these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone. Throw some money in a tip jar. $20 or more gets you into a raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905, which has an open patio every day of the week from 4 p.m. onwards on a weekday, 11 a.m. onwards on the weekends, except for tomorrow, because they're taking tomorrow off. First time in 4 years that they will be closed, but they will be back shortly, as we will be back right now with the MachadoMijiga quotient. What do we got coming up next, Machado?
Great. Well, you're also listening to Damien Erskine, who wrote that last tune on bass, Jack Radsliff on guitar, Bryn Roberts on piano, and the next tune we're going to play is by one of my favorite composers in town, Todd Marston, really brilliant pianist, and he also has a tremendous output. He wrote like 100 compositions throughout the first few months of quarantine and was putting them out one a day, and some of them were just sketches, some of them were complete tunes, and now he's adapted a lot of them into full works. It's amazing. He's a beautiful guy, as Damien says, yes, and a really creative soul. This is probably his most accessible and catchiest tune. This tune's called Slow Moon. It's the only song probably in this entire list that I feel like I could give to any ensemble of any level, and they'll make it sound really good, and it will reflect the composition. So that definitely says a lot about Todd's whole approach to writing. But I hope you enjoy the tune. It's a beautiful little waltz. Awesome. That was Slow Moon by Todd Marston. Todd, you write cool songs. We're going to skip the next tune. It's one of mine. I'd like to highlight the composers in the area, and I don't think we'll have time to read all of these tunes. So we'll go ahead and skip my tune, which is next, and we're going to read a tune written by the young and talented Enzo Irache, who writes really cool tunes and is a tremendous player. Don't see him very often, but when I do, I'm very happy about what I'm able to see and hear. So this tune's called The Watcher. You can actually get it. It's on the Painted Mantis album, which is an Alan Jones Academy of Music combo. They sound really awesome. There's a bunch of really great composers in that group, but I subbed for a gig for them once, and I played this tune, and I really liked it. So now I'm playing it with a different ensemble. So I hope you enjoy. That is The Watcher.
MachadoMijiga Quotient, making some music on the Wednesday series of the 1905. The last stream from the 1905 of the 2020 year. MachadoMijiga making some music here with some wonderful cats. Throw some money in a tip jar. $20 gets you into the raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. Also, smash that share button. Help people discover this music if you're digging these tunes. What do you got coming up next, Machado?
Next, we're going to actually get back to music from the band. I'm going to read a piece of Jack's. It's a through-composed piece called Breathe. I really like it. It's from his album Migration Patterns. And I think not all standards have to have improvisation. So we're going to play through this tune. Also want to note that the band will be accepting donations to the end of the week. So there's still time. Like if you or if anybody you know wants to catch the concert after the fact, that pool will still be open and will still go to this band.
Yeah, send it
well
around.
Beyond the day. I've got a few comments. Gina's given some emoji. I like your music. Sarah Clark says, yes, killin'. Sarah's been playing a lot with Damien lately, which is great. Sarah is a lot of people's favorite human. And can sing. That's it. Sarah can sing. So we're gonna do
truth bombs.
We're gonna do Breathe by Jack Radsliff. Hope you enjoy. All right. Yes. So next we're going to do one of Bryn's. Bryn wants to nix his tune, and that's okay. Yeah. Totally. That's totally fine. So we'll do one of my pieces instead. We'll do my tune, Gradient. And if you really want to hear what Medicine Bow sounds like, you should definitely check it out. It's it's on Bryn's duo record with Lage Loon. It sounds amazing. There's also a great live recording of it at the Blue Whale with Jonathan Pinson and is it Dave Robert on that? Or I think so. Yeah, there's like a live version. There's a live version that's really great. Definitely worth checking out. But yeah, anyways, we'll do Gradient. This is a piece I actually originally composed intentionally to be a readable tune that anybody could play. And I had sort of written it with Todd Marston's compositional style in mind. I thought it'd be something cool for his band Integer to play. So ironically, actually, it hasn't been played because they haven't really been gigging much. But I've played it a few times at live streams here, so hopefully people enjoy it.
That had some funky pepper in the back end.
Little funky pepper.
Absolutely. MachadoMijiga Quotient on stage right now at the 1905. What you got? What you got coming up next?
We got one more tune for you. We're coming to a close here, so I'll give a shout out to all the band members here. It's Damian Erskine on bass, Jack Radsliff on guitar, Bryn Roberts on piano. I'm MachadoMijiga. This is the MachadoMijiga Quotient. We're going to end on a piece by another friend of mine who's I've actually never played any of his compositions, even though he has a ton of them. And he honestly usually doesn't play them either because he's usually just playing all the million tunes that he knows. But this is the 1905's favorite, Noah Simpson, composition of his entitled Bassity. It's just a really catchy tune. It's also happens to be a fragment of one of Matt Sazima's tunes, which I don't know if he did on purpose, but it's definitely note for note the part of one of Matt's tunes. But out of context, it sounds like its own song. So we'll definitely have some fun with it. I'm going to interpret it a little bit differently than normal, so it should be fun. Yeah, if you like what you heard, definitely check out all these gentlemen's music. They all have music throughout Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, iTunes. Damien has an amazing bass lessons website, education website. Bryn and Jack both teach and have done many, many master classes, are both great educational resources if you are a guitarist or a pianist or a bassist that needs some help. These gentlemen are all very capable educators. Definitely check them out. Check out all their music. If you like this stream, definitely share it. Tell other people about it. There's a bunch of great streams that the Left Door has kept on their YouTube channel. All the previous 1905 streams, including any of the ones that any of us were involved in, and many, many more. Also, the Left Door streaming guys have their own band called the Junebugs, and they stream a ton. They have so many Junebug streams. So if you like folky, rocky music and nice banter, then check that out. They are awesome, and they make this whole thing so easy and so great. So we're really appreciative of them. I'm appreciative of these gentlemen, and it's great to be playing music again. I don't know when the next time I'm going to do it is, so hopefully that's sometime soon. Anyways, this is Bassity. Let's vamp the first four until the melody starts. Yeah. So. Damien Erskine, bass. Jack Radsliff, guitar. Bryn Roberts, piano. MachadoMijiga. Thank you, MachadoMijiga Quotient. Happy New Year to all of you, and we'll see more music at the 1905 next year.